Some people say comedy is subjective, but I disagree. Today we're using math to objectively figure out how objectively funny the new Adam Sandler film is. Hey, I'm Tom, I prefer Grown Ups 2 over Grown Ups 1, Spoors, and today we're, for too long we've said that comedy is all about personal biases, and whether or not a joke is funny is down to you and only you. But I disagree. You see, everything is objective, and so is comedy. We're gonna use math to figure out if Hubie Halloween is actually funny. In order to structure this video and avoid me rambling for no reason, we have 3 parts. Well, I'll get into them as we go. But basically, part 1 is quantity, because everyone knows that quantity is much better than quality when it comes to jokes. Really, a film is only as good as the amount of jokes in said film. So, how many jokes does Hubie Halloween have in it? Well, that would require someone to watch all of Hubie Halloween, counting every single instance of something that could be classed as a joke. So we have 94 jokes, and if we divide that by its running time, 103 minutes, we get the average jokes per minute, which is 0.91261613592. Is that doesn't sound good. So that is our quantity of jokes. But how good are the jokes? Step 2. Step 2 is figuring out the quality of jokes. So in order to figure this out, I have split comedy into 11 different types of jokes. And I did this through, I looked up what are the kind of jokes, and I found an article I'll link in the description probably. And there you can see that we have these 11 different types. So just to run through some, character is making a joke about a character's established personality trait. Shock is gross out, it's vomiting, it's farting, it's that kind of stuff. Wordplay, stuff like puns, rhymes, double entendres, boner jokes. Madcap is kind of nonsensical, wacky humor, that kind of stuff. So, do that all together, then we have all these different categories, but what makes for a good joke? Well, I have used logic and reasoning to rank all of these categories into this list here. So as you can see, I would say that a wordplay joke is the best kind of joke, and the worst kind of joke is shock humor. Shock humor, which is why, as you can see, if for every joke Hubie Halloween makes, which is a wordplay joke, it'll get 11 points, and every shock humor joke will get a single point. Those are the rules, and ignore the fact that that is subjective. So basically, I took every single joke from Hubie Halloween, all 94 of them, and categorized them into these different 11 categories, and what we get here is the final breakdown. Don't question me, I'm definitely right. And then you basically multiply, so for instance, by the amount of points, and you get the total amount of points that the film has made for its thing. Then you add all of those together to get 531, which is its overall quality number. And then you divide that by the amount of jokes in the film to get the average quality per joke, or the AQPJ. That is step 2. As you can see, it has an AQPJ of 5.64893617. Step 3. Step 3, everyone knows that in order to make a good machine, you need to have good parts. So that is what the logic we're applying here. So what I've done is I've taken the 5 actors that Wikipedia says are the starring roles. So we have Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Julie Bowen, Ray Liotta, and Maya Rudolph, and all of them are. I went through all of their Wikipedia filmography, and figured out how many comedies they've been in compared to how many dramas they've been in, because everyone knows practice makes perfect, and so if you've been in more comedies, then you're going to be funnier. If you've been in more dramas, whoops. And as you can see, we've got all of their percentages here of how many comedies they've been in compared to how many dramas they've been in, and the overall result. And then we average that all out to get our average comedy to drama prior experience ratio percentage, and we get 76.0101469. And then what we do is what did I even do? Then we multiply the amount of jokes per minute with the joke quality per joke, average quality, and then we multiply that with the average quality per joke, and then we figure out the percentage of that, which is the percentage, the whole prior experience ratio percentage business, which is giving us our final overall comedy score, which is then objectively how funny this film is. And I can now reveal it is 3.918588136. But is this good? We don't know that. We don't know anything to compare this to. For all we know, this could be the funniest film in existence or the least funny film in existence. We just don't know. So I decided to compare this to my favorite episode of Community, Remedial Chaos Theory, and yes, ignore the fact that that's a TV episode and so completely different to a feature-length film. Ignore that. So, going through the steps, Community has 70 jokes, so we have on average 3.76190462 is our joke per minute, much better than whatever we had. And in average joke quality, we have 180 jokes score, and by that I get 6.07594937 is our average quality per joke by QBJ. And taking our 5 jokes by so those, so we have those 5 here, and quality normally, and we get 64%-ish, so I'm decided to be Community. We'll all together and get an overall comedy score of 14.7534048. And so using this, we can determine that Hubie Halloween is 11 points less funny than Remedial Chaos Theory. This is good data, which you can definitely use